have a why, or now that we've started to figure out what our why is, or we know what our passions are, how do we correlate that in all of our life, personally and professionally? So how does that impact? I don't want to be that person that gets up every day and hates to go to work because it doesn't correspond or correlate with my purpose and my why and my passion. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be working at NASA because your passion is space travel. But what is it that you're doing with your strengths and your passion in relation to your day-to-day function and job? And if you're a leader, how are you facilitating other people's why within your organization by leading them? So this whole conference, we're talking about leadership, and I think you can see one of the main focuses is about leading within, right? So you can't lead others before you're able to lead yourself. But leadership is really about living life on purpose. We're all leaders, every single one of us in this room, regardless of what we do. So it's not about the hierarchical leader. It's about leading yourself, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your subordinates. It's about leading others. So when we think about that and we correlate it to our work, one of the things that we always want to do is remain true to our why. Now, our why may develop over the years. Our why will most definitely change, so how we're demonstrating our why. But there's always going to be a core of your why. So I shared with you my why. So when I look back over the years about things that made me happy, I asked, when I answered that first question, what makes me sad, what makes me happy? I think back over the years, I remember my mom telling me the story when I was a little girl. She would have friends over for coffee, and her friends would get there, and I'd be so excited because I'd make the coffee, and I'd get all these little cookies and cakes, whatever we had lying around the house together for them, so they can enjoy their time together. And then I'd go off and do my thing. Because it made me happy to know that my mom was spending time with a friend, and she didn't really get to do that a lot. My first part-time job, or all my part-time jobs, were in the service industry. I was serving others. In my late teens and early 20s, I always worked as a waitress or a bartender because I loved being part of other people having a good time. Just seeing people enjoy themselves really resonated with me. When I started in the insurance industry, I spent a large part of my career dealing with catastrophically or seriously injured victims, helping them return to some semblance of a normal life. And I spent a lot of time training in the industry, training new adjusters or adjusters who wanted to change streams on how to handle different types of claims, so developing them, helping them grow. And now I get to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and CEOs inspire creativity, challenge adversity, flourish and change, and grow exponentially through the John Maxwell team and through my executive chair practice. So although I've only been able to articulate my why in the last couple of years, in my rearview mirror, I've always been generally living my why. So think about what it is that made you happy throughout your life. What was it that made you sad? So although all of that may change, it's always going to remain quite similar. So why would you want to compromise that in work? Why would you want to compromise that when leading others?